What is going on, guys? Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome back to the channel, the Lost Lion channel. I am so happy that you guys have joined me today, and let's talk about what I liked and didn't like too much on the Disney Magic. It should be a fun one. And before I forget, Merry Christmas to everyone and a Happy New Year. This is the official last video of 2024 on the Lost Lion channel, but 2025 is going to be such a great year. And if you're new here, I just recently sailed on the Disney Magic, a 4-night sailing. Again, this cruise was out of Fort Lauderdale, so we did stop in Nassau, Bahamas and Lighthouse Key at Lookout Point. It was really cool, really new, and this was a Halloween cruise. So much to talk about. I am generally going to talk about my experience and what I liked and didn't like about the Disney Magic. So something cool to know is that the Disney Magic is the actual first cruise of Disney Cruise Line. It was built in 1998, so it's about 25 to 26 years old now, and it holds about 2,700 passengers. And honestly, taking 2 Disney cruises this year in 2024, there is nothing like the Disney Cruise Line, and I'm going to tell you why. So let's get on with the video. So first on my list, in no particular order, it is the production shows. The Broadway level shows on the Disney Magic are top notch. It is 5 out of 5. We actually ended up watching Tangled, Twice Charmed, and Disney Dreams on this 4-night sailing. And let me tell you, every single show, it blew me out of the water. It was amazing. Now, one quick tip is that you cannot film these shows. I actually tried filming one of them and I got tapped on the shoulder, just told nicely, listen, you can't film, and I was fine with that. Either way, I enjoyed it. I wish I would have shown you guys a little more of the shows, but again, you cannot film the shows here. Please do not miss any Disney shows at sea. You have to watch them no matter how tired you are. If you want to do something else, you must watch these shows. I'm telling you, the production, the props, the music, and if you've seen the Disney movies, you're going to understand pretty much everything that they show. The actors are really good. The singing is top notch. Everything I loved about these shows. I couldn't tell you one thing I didn't like, other than it was really packed. So get there a little early to find a really good seat right in the middle. You're really going to enjoy these shows. Do not miss it. Now, let me tell you about the next item on my list. It's the food on the Disney Magic and almost really any Disney ship. But on the Disney Magic, it was spectacular, especially for the rotational dining every single night. And that's going to include Animator's Palette, Rapunzel's Royal Table, and Lumiere's. These places for dinner were just the best. I mean, the breakfast is amazing, don't get me wrong. But once you have lunch and then you have dinner, which is the most anticipated meal of every day on the Disney Magic, I couldn't tell you more than anything. Like 5 out of 5 for every single dining experience. Comes with the show included. Just the atmosphere is amazing, and it is rotational dining, meaning that you will sit with others, you'll make friends, you'll be with friendly people. Everybody understands everyone. We had such a great time meeting people and enjoying our time. And then the staff, I think that's what makes this whole experience what Disney is about. The staff is amazing. They always bring your food, they talk with you, they have conversations. They seem very busy, but then again, they made time for you if you had any questions or concerns about anything. So I love the staff there. They made the cruise possible. Very magical. So you know what? Disney Magic dining is amazing. Yeah, also don't forget to download the Disney app, because they do kind of pre-select your schedule for the sailings that you have or the days that you have at sea or any other thing. So you'll be dining at specific places on specific nights, but you don't have to plan all of that. That's already inserted into your app. So you just check it out and you'll see where you're going to eat for that night, or where you're going to watch a show, or what time you have, because there's like different timings of the shows and the dinings, as there was. I mean, this was a full sailing, so they got to move people here or over there. You know, if everybody was in the same area, it would have been way too packed, but nonetheless, they know how to do it. So I love Disney for that. So the next thing on my list is the customer service. I'm telling you, the customer service, whether you had questions or concerns, you go to the front desk, you ask them any question, they either come to you and tell you, please follow me. You go up to the desk, you ask questions, or you just go up to the front desk and ask questions. But everyone just seemed so happy and willing to help if you had any questions. And again, I didn't have that many during my cruise, but with the ones that I did have, super quick, super convenient to just be nice and, you know, ask and even talk. If you just want to talk with the staff, they're willing to just talk to you and have a great time. So Customer service is no issue on the Disney Magic. So next is the themed nights on the Disney Magic, and I was lucky enough to be on a Halloween cruise. So we had 2 themed nights. It was really Halloween night and Pirate night. Pirate night's gonna happen regardless of any Disney cruise you take. But the Halloween night was something special because you had Mickey and friends just dressing up, having a great time, taking photos with customers and just the little ones. It looked so happy and everything was just so great. There was a big Halloween pumpkin tree in the middle of the atrium. That was great for photos. I'm telling you, Disney knows how to have their theme nights, because once you move to Pirate Night, which was, I believe, on our 3rd night, they had fireworks at sea. They had the dining experience changed to more of a pirate theme. And everyone, even the customers, everybody just dressed up. You know, if it was Pirate Night, you had your bandana that they provide you. Everybody had their pirate costume. And then Halloween, obviously, they had their costume. There was trick-or-treating on the ship. So just a mix of both worlds, just everything really went well. So next on my list is a Sail a Wave party. So this is like a sail away party. It happens on every single Disney cruise that the day of the sailing, and we're actually sailing away from Florida or any destination or any port, then you have a Sail Away party, which is Mickey and friends coming out to the front stage and just dancing. Everybody's having a great time. The music is awesome. I love their Sail Away parties because it feels, again, like it sets the tone straight. It is always magical, always really energetic. Even the captain comes out. And then obviously Captain Mickey does too. What I also find funny is the Disney Cruise Line's horns. So they have these horns that play music from Disney movies. If you hear it, if you've been on one, you know that it's a little off tune, but it's really funny. So again, don't miss it. It'll be on the app. It'll be probably in the early afternoon, and just in time for you to catch it before any dinner or show that you have. Next on my list is the meet and greets. So all these characters, all these princesses have meet and greets all throughout the cruise. Every single day, at almost every hour, they had a different princess come out, like Cinderella, and then like the next hour they would have Mickey dressed in a Halloween costume. And then you would see nothing but long lines of families just lining up to take that special photo. And it was really, really cool. You can either take it with your phone, or you can also take it with a professional camera from the Disney Cruise Line crew. And they did such a great job. I love that they spaced it all out so you never felt crowded. A lot of it was at the atrium, but even then the atrium was a good size. It was 3 levels, and it was amazing to see this. I never waited in line for any photos. But I loved watching the characters do their thing. Even Donald Duck showed up, even Goofy. So everybody, I mean, you can imagine how many meetups there were, but it was all the time. It was pretty cool. So again, with the size of the Disney Magic, it is the smallest cruise that I've ever been on. I actually turned out liking it more than I thought. The smaller ship, you make real friends. You see a lot of familiar faces, and it's really easy to get from one side to another within minutes. I mean, it was an easy walk. This ship was only 11 decks, so not so hard to navigate. We explored everything within a day, and I really liked the outline or the layout of the ship because you didn't have to walk too far to get anywhere. So I really liked it. So it is a very small ship, very cozy vibe. You will meet a lot of familiar faces and just have fun. You're gonna meet some great people here. So we did, and we had such a great time. My next point is that the gym is surprisingly very modern, and so is the Senses Spa. These two places right connected at the front of the ship. I love the gym. First of all, it had what you needed to work out, and then you had a great view of the front of the ship. It was amazing. Then the Senses Spa right behind it, surprisingly, was very modern. They had everything up to date, so they must have done a refurbishment of the ship. I think it was 2013 if I'm not wrong. Regardless, the machines were up to date. The spa felt new, it smelled fresh, and I loved my experience on these amenities there. The next thing I wanted to mention are the bars and the drinks. I'm going to tell you, every single bar had its own theme. Every drink was based off of something Disney, so I loved every single experience at every bar here on the Disney Magic. The drinks were always creative, they were always fun, The presentation was amazing, and they were always strong, which is the most important thing. They were never watered down. Now, they were a little bit on the pricey side, but I understand why, because of the presentation, the effort, what it took to make these drinks. I actually had one of the most expensive, actually, it was the most expensive drink I've ever had on a cruise, period. This was a old fashioned at the Keys bar. That place was so cool. It was so dimly lit, very cozy, lots of piano music, and then the show that they put for us with the $30 drink was amazing, and all that smoke coming out from the old fashioned, amazing. And last but not least, we have the Wi-Fi, which surprised me greatly because this Wi-Fi was amazing. They have the connected Wi-Fi package, they have the basic surf, and then they have the premium surf. So that's $18 a day, $28 a day, or $42 a day. You can pre-purchase this before your cruise, or you can buy it during your cruise. Regardless, any package seemed fine. I got the middle one because I had to send emails and do a little bit of work. But regardless, the Wi-Fi worked amazing. It never shut down. It never was confusing to navigate through. So I recommend getting the Wi-Fi if you want to post something on Instagram or send emails or talk to family. So that was about 10 things that I loved on the disneymagic. I know there are so many more. I could go on for days and days on what I loved about the disneymagic. So with that, I want to mention just 3 things that I didn't like too much, or that I found a little annoying on the disneymagic. And again, this is my experience. Maybe this hasn't happened to you, or maybe you just had a different experience overall. But I must say, any cruise is never a perfect cruise. There's always something. So let's just go through 3 little things. So starting with number 1, you know how you have to always go to a mandatory muster drill, right? When you go on a cruise. Now this is like a safety briefing of where you go and what you do if anything happens on the cruise. Well, the mandatory muster station, you have to attend, you have to sit there or stand there. So for me, let's say just an example, Animator's Palette. We had to go there, stand there because there was no more seats, and then watch a video for about 10 minutes of where to go and what to do in case of an emergency. Well, the Disney Cruise Line is one of the very few cruise lines that still makes you go to a massive room with a lot of people and watch a video there. I've seen other cruise lines, almost every other cruise line I've been on, make you watch it at the room or watch it on the phone. And then once you're done, you can report to your muster station, scan a barcode of some kind with your key, and then you can walk out of there. So again, with the Disney Cruise Line, everybody has to show up to the designated area, and that can get really crowded. And that's going to lead me to my next point. So with that, guys, there were plenty of times that the disneymagic did feel really crowded, and with 2,700 other passengers, I would say that's a little too much. I wish it was cut down a little bit. I understand they have to fill up every room, every area, but with the shows being done, or like let's say dinners were done, you would have to walk in large crowds and move very slowly to the elevators or the stairs to make it to the next place that you have to go to. Thankfully, I took the stairs a lot because I didn't want to wait in the tiny elevators. I understand the ship is from the 90s, but the elevators could honestly hold maybe 4 people comfortably, maybe 6 very tightly. Regardless, it did feel very crowded. So just be aware, you're going to have to walk around a lot. You're going to have to find other ways to get to your destination around the ship because it is very crowded on the disneymagic. And one last very little point is that in our inside cabin, unfortunately, it does feel a little outdated, and you could see a lot of scratches on tables, on countertops, on the couch. They had a lot of stains. These were little things that we noticed. It didn't take too much effort to notice because you would just see it. Not picky. I still enjoyed my cruise 5 out of 5, but I would recommend the disneymagic. But the room was outdated for sure. I think that was the most outdated section of the ship for us, is the room. But the rest of the ship felt a little more modern, a little more nice, but it still had a lot of flaws. But you have to understand, this is a very old ship, and it's, in shipping terms, I guess it's 25, 26 years old. Cruise ships last around the 30-year mark or a little more. But it does show its age. In a sense, it is a good idea to do that because it feels like a vintage Disney feel. But in another sense, if you like the modern things like I do, I could see if you want to pick at it, you could see little things that were very overused and outdated. So those were my 3 little things that I found that just were not so much an inconvenience, but things that could be improved. And I understand that disneymagic is an old ship, so it's going to have its flaws. It does have a lot of character. It does have a lot of smells, good and not so good. Regardless, of disneymagic is the cruise for you. And if you want to book, please contact me. Please write me a comment or please email me in the description. You'll find my email there so we can book your next Disney cruise or any other cruise you want. So I hope you found this video very informative, and I hope it helps you for your next disneymagic cruise. And again, if you want to go on one, please contact me. I can help you, I can give you advice, and we can go from there. So again, guys, throughout 2025, well, at least for the beginning of 2025, we're going to continue talking about the disneymagic and my experience, as I have still enjoyed this cruise so much that I'm still thinking about it every single day. This was a very last minute cruise for me, so I didn't do too much research as I would have liked, but nonetheless, I really enjoyed it. It was very easy to navigate. I love it. 5 out of 5. Please go to Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point. That's an amazing beach, my top 3. So I'll let you know more in the next video. So with that, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone in the YouTube world. Thanks for watching, and we'll call it a day. We'll see you guys in 2025.